We became Christians once more. Glory to God and glory to our prelate. The most heartwarming event for Karabakh, and Shushi in particular, has been the consecration of Shushi's St. Khazanjetsot's church. When the church bell rang for the first time, you couldn't see anyone without tears in their eyes. To receive a blessing in a once wounded church that has risen again, now that's something special. It pains me to recall that our church, St. Ameneperkich, had been converted into a barn during the Soviet era. There was this Azeri grocer who sold bread. We had gone to buy bread from her when we witnessed an ugly incident. She got into an argument with an Armenian woman and at one point began to curse at the woman, the church, and the cross alike. The next day we went again to buy bread. The shop was closed. As we asked around to find out why, an Azeri woman told us the grocer's legs had been paralyzed, to the point that she couldn't even stand up. Then my mother said to me, "Go and tell her to get down on her knees, drag herself to church, and beg for forgiveness. She'll see the result." And in fact, that woman went to church on her knees, and when she was halfway back, she could walk again. Our greatest national value is our state, our independence. And I think our second greatest national value is our faith. Between the beginning of the 20th century and 1988, Shushi was ruined 3 times. After Shushi was destroyed in 1920, its ruins remained intact up till the early 1960s. And then, as a result of the events in 1988, Shushi was utterly devastated. We had an Azeri neighbor who was a history teacher. Speaking in the Azeri language, she used to say, "If you give me the blood of Armenians, I'll drink it right now." At that time, what I felt most strongly was not fear, but rather regret that the city was in Turkish hands. True, ruins cannot talk, but aren't they a testament, a lesson, that such a city should never come under Azerbaijani rule again? I'm not afraid of the possibility of war, because we have heroic soldiers who will defend us. Shushi has been burgeoning during these past 10 years. There's no shortage of weddings and births. The residents of Shushi are hardworking people. There are people who work 2 or 3 jobs. Many work as watchmen at night and do all sorts of things during the day, like picking fruits and taking them to the market. There was a time when a huge amount of food and clothing parcels came from the diaspora. Now, thank God, there's no longer any need for them, and our residents are far better clothed and everyone is well nourished. Today, our prosperous life in Karabakh is not the result of the hard work of our residents alone. It is, rather, the result of the unity of Karabakh, the diaspora, and Armenia. As the saying goes, our 5 fingers are just fingers, but if they come together, they become a fist. The Hayastan All-Armenian Fund has carried out a great many wonderful projects in Shushi. Take our street, for example. For years, our residents here suffered because of an extreme lack of water. Today, thanks to the fund, we have normal, around-the-clock access to water in our homes. Water was available for only a few hours at a time, and there were many instances when water was available only once every 2 days. Apart from water projects, the Hayastan All-Armenian Fund has rebuilt Shushi's Khachatur Abovyan High School and public library and constructed the Yeznik Mozian Vocational School. I am grateful and convey my thanks to all our benefactors for their financial as well as moral support of the people of Shushi. The moral support that we receive is just extraordinary. We feel that the entire Armenian people, including Armenia and the diaspora, is standing by our side.